Hi, my name is Benjamin Dean, and I am the middle grade author of Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow and the Secret Sunshine Project. And I am the YA author of the thrillers The King is Dead and How to Die Famous. Here we all are together.
Hi, my name's Abiola Bello, and I'm the author of Love in Winter Wonderland and Only for the Holidays.
I'm Joyce Sophia Harmer, author of How Far We've Come. My novel is a historical time slip about a girl who is on a plantation in Barbados who comes to our contemporary age and explores what life is like in the 21st century.
Hi, my name is JJ Bola. I'm a writer and poet. I've written such books as Mask Off, Masculinity Redefined, my novel The Selfless Act of Breathing, and probably my favourite book of all time, Flyboy.
Hi, my name's Ella Phillips, and my new book, My Grandma's Magic Recipes Winter Warmth, is out now. It's the first book in a 4-part seasonal series that follows a little boy called Z and his foodie adventures with his magical grandma.
Hi, I'm Tola Okogu, and I'm the author of Onyeka and the Academy of the Sun, Onyeka and the Rise of the Rebels, and the Daddy Do My Hair series.
I would definitely say just keep going. I was always quite clear that I wanted to be an author from when I was a child. And I think as you become a teenager and, you just start going through life, you realize life isn't as easy as maybe you thought it was. You do start to question what you're doing, especially as a creative. You do start to think, am I going to make money from this? Why is my journey not progressing as fast as I want it to? I would say stick on the right track. You're going to get through lots of hurdles. You're going to meet people who are going to help you, and you're going to people who are not going to help you. You're going to have friends who are going to be supportive, ones who are not supportive, and your parents may also not support you too, but you will definitely find your way and it will all be totally worth it.
I would tell my younger self to slow down, to take my time, to appreciate the people that I have around me, and to not feel the pressure and influence that's coming from everyone else in terms of what I have to try to be like or to act like or to look like. Just to be myself and to be happy with myself.
I would say that if you can't find what you want to read, then write it. Don't let anybody tell you what to write. If you want to read it, it is likely that someone else will want to as well. Be yourself. You are enough. Don't imitate. Your perspective is unique and will always be so. If you like doing something, there's a career in it. When I was little, I loved making things out of junk, and I still remember transforming boxes, using Lego Technic and silver paint into robots, and changing little biscuit tins into bathtubs for toys. I had notepads full of half-written stories and doodles. I never really thought that these could be jobs. And now I work with museums and I often get to experiment with materials and make things. And in the next 12 months, I'll have 5 books published. But there's no need to rush to discover what you want to do or your writing style. If you follow what you love, you'll end up doing something that you love. And you don't have to do one thing. You can do many things as you like. Just make sure that you enjoy them. And finally, be kind to yourself. You should be your own best friend. So tell that little voice in your head that tells you can't or you're not good enough that actually you can and you are. Stay optimistic because you never know what adventures you're going to have and how they will inspire you.
So if I had a time machine and I could go back in time and speak to my younger self based on what I know now, I think I would tell her to calm down. It's a journey. It's a long roundabout journey. So calm yourself down, but in the best of ways, because you're still going to need that passion. You're still going to need that drive and curiosity, because definitely the curiosity has led you down many rabbit holes and they didn't always make sense, but they will. And that's the thing. It doesn't make sense where you are now and you are feeling lost and you're feeling confused and you're comparing yourself to everybody and you're finding yourself wanting but it will make sense. So don't lose that curiosity. Follow all of those rabbit holes, try all of those different things, learn all of those skills, because they are going to help you later down the line. And if you can, I know it's hard, ignore all the noise and the voices that you let get into your head and kind of start to impact and affect the way you see yourself and what you believe about yourself. Try. I know it's hard. It's still hard now, but yeah, it is all going to make sense in the end. So stay the course, Tola. Stay the course.
As a young person, I loved reading, I loved writing, but I didn't feel confident enough to explore that as an option for a career. I would say now, looking back, if I could speak to my younger self, I would say you can. Be brave. Your story matters. People want to hear your voice. People want your stories. So write them. Don't be afraid, and don't listen. Don't listen to those who tell you that you can't, because there will be a lot of people who tell you that you can't. But don't listen. Be true to yourself. Listen to your inner voice and trust your instincts.
I would tell myself to not wait for permission to write the stories that I really want to tell. When I first started out as an author, I was really worried that people wouldn't want to read the stories that I wanted to tell. I was really focusing on marketing trends and what other books were selling really well. And I wanted to make sure that the story that I wrote fit into those kind of molds. But that didn't align with the stories that I really wanted to tell, which were joyful stories full of queer and black characters. It took me a long time to give myself the permission to write the stories that I really wanted to tell. But when I finally did give myself that permission, I became an author. I'd spent so long copying other people's work almost. I spent so long trying to imitate other people's style, other people's storytelling, and it just wasn't me. It wasn't working for me, and I could see that. And so when I decided to figure out what my own writing style was when the stories started to flow better and easier. And that is linked to the advice that I would give to new writers and aspiring authors.
I will say just keep going. It isn't the easiest journey in the world being an author, but I promise you it's so rewarding. Be true to yourself, write different genres, write for different age groups, and just find your lane, and it will all work out.
Any advice I'd have for future writers is to read wide and far, to read all kinds of books that make you laugh, that make you cry, books that fill you with sadness and fill you with joy as well. And then take that and fill that into your imagination and then write. There's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad. Just express what's coming from your heart and share it with the world. You never know what may happen.
I have some top tips. Keep reading. This is a clever way to train your brain without even knowing it. You will grow to understand what you like and what you don't, and why. Once you know that, it's easier to write what you love. Now, keep playing. Use your imagination. Playing is hands down the best way to come up with new ideas and to learn new things. I play every day. When you play, you make up the rules, or you even throw the rules out of the window. Exercising your imagination means thinking up new ideas will never be a challenge. You'll just need enough time to write them all down. Visit places that inspire you. This could be your bedroom, the park, or the library. It could be the top of a mountain or a museum, anywhere that makes you feel happy and curious. This will help your ideas to flow. Have quiet time alone. It can be difficult to write and order your thoughts with lots of distractions around you. Sometimes a bit of peace and quiet is just what you need. So this could mean going to bed a little bit early so you've got time to think about your ideas as you lay down, or it might mean hiding in a fort made with cushions on your own. Make sure to change it up. If you can't think of what to write, do something else for a bit. A walk always helps me, but maybe you like to dance to your favourite tune or make a snack. Movement helps unblock those ideas so your imagination can get going again. Exercise your writing muscles. You can do this by writing short things like 6-word poems or a story in 3 lines. They don't have to be perfect. The aim is practicing in ways that are quick, simple, and fun. I hope my tips help. Good luck and keep writing.
I would say first, you've really got to believe in yourself and your work. You are going to be your number one advocate and your number one cheerleader and the number one cheerleader for your work. So if you don't believe in it, it's going to be very hard to make anybody else believe in it. So, and it's not easy. Trust me, I know. As you heard me tell my younger self, there's a lot of noise. There will be a lot of naysayers, and there will be a lot of people with opinions. And you have to find a way to shut and block a lot of that out. I call it for myself. I put on my horse blinkers basically, so I can't, I'm not distracted by what's going on my left or my right, and I can just stay focused on the road ahead of me. Or as sprinters say, stay in your lane and focus on your race and your run. And that's important for helping you to sort of get that sense of belief in yourself as you shape your voice, as you shape your skill as a writer, as you come to understand who you are as a writer, the stories that you want to tell, and what your voice as well, and what that sounds like on the page. So definitely having a strong sense of self and belief in your work. Another piece of advice: enjoy yourself. It is such an amazing privilege to do what we do as writers, to have the impact that we have. And it's so much fun. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the moments. It can be easy to get caught up in, everything that's happening and lose the joy in what we do and the opportunities and the experiences that we have. So yeah, try and look up occasionally and smell the roses, just to use a cliche, but yeah, enjoy it. It is so, so much fun. And I would also say always keep learning about the craft, learning who you are as a writer, expanding yourself. I mean, we say this all the time, which is read, read, read. But yeah, most of what I learned in terms of writing came from reading and the writers that I love and seeing how they achieved the effect that they did in the work, in their work. So keep reading. It's not always easy as the workload grows. The opportunities to read sometimes feel like it's growing smaller, but keeping up that sort of discipline, I think, is really, really helpful. Something that I've kind of learned along the way is kind of centers around the kind of stories it feels sometimes writers that look like me allowed to tell. And it can feel a little bit limiting at times, and that we're boxed into only being able to tell certain narratives, certain stories. And, it's finding the confidence to tell the story you want to tell, and not letting kind of like the opinions or even the comparison game of what's out there or what's being acquired or what's being published influence what you do. Trust me, you're going to be reading that manuscript, that story so many times. So it's so important that you love what you write, that you believe in what you're writing. And so, yeah, branch out, explore, try new things, and don't be scared to our stories have value, and our stories are valid in all the shapes that they come in, and not just the pain, not just the trauma, but the joy as well, the mundane, the everyday. And so don't be scared to tell the story of the everyday or the mundane. They also have power, they also have value. And so yeah, tell the story that's true to you, authentic to you, and the story that's burning inside of you.
Discipline is so important. If you want to be a writer, you need to practice your craft. You need to try and put aside time every day to write a little bit, even a couple of lines. What did you overhear in the canteen? Could that be a springboard to a story? And read. You need to read as widely as you can, all of the different genres. Even if they sound like they're not going to be appealing to you, you might surprise yourself. My favourite story is Jane Eyre. So all the different genres: science fiction, dystopia, romance, classics, try everything and you'll find the genres that inspire you and will help to inform your writing. I wish you the very best of luck.
You have to tell the story that you really want to tell, the story that really talks to you, that ignites a spark in you. You have to tell the stories that really just linger with you and stay with you for a very long time. These stories, some of them, Me, My Dad, and the End of the Rainbow, for example, have been with me now for years, and I still talk about them today. And I'm always so proud to talk about them still, even though I've been talking about them for a long time. And people don't tell you that being an author of books is a really long journey. So you have to love the ideas and the stories that you're telling. So if you're just going to focus on trends or the market, you're probably not going to enjoy storytelling as much as you should. There are definitely hard days, but when you're telling the stories that you really want to tell, I think it's a real passion. So that would be my advice for younger writers, to find the storytelling that really talks to you and get those stories out in the world. Happy Black History Month. To all the aspiring authors, I wish you well. I can't wait to read your books. And yeah, happy reading. Bye.